Good morning, everyone. Look here, there's my nephew Dudley and my nephew Briar. Hello! I got two more in the pack this morning. So over there's Ellie Mae, there's little Jack and Briar, and here's Dudley. They actually belong to my cousin, who's more like my sister. So these are my nephews, and we are out for our walk. It is Thursday, March 10th. It's a high of 58 today, a high of 68 tomorrow, and that's going to be 31 Saturday. No, 71 tomorrow, 30 Saturday. Isn't that nuts? We got to cover a bunch of bulbs because they're all coming up. All the daffodils are up. But anyway, crazy weather here in East Tennessee. But I am loving the puppy love. I love my nephews. They want to play with their toys all the time, except when we come back here for our walk. So we're on a little meditation walk. Right, Briar? Right? And he's got a heck of a nose. He keeps just pouncing when he smells things. But I have a great devotion here that I marked, so I know I like it when I roll around every year. And I'm going to share it for my doggies and devotions. And today it's lots of doggies and devotions. It says, forgiving an enemy. And from the NIV, Mark 11:25 says, and when you stand praying, if you hold anything against anyone, forgive him, so that your Father in heaven may forgive you your sins. So this is on forgiveness, and that's always a toughie, I think, for all of us. Or at least for me. I can't speak for everyone else, but... In 1946, Czesław Godlewski was a member of a gang of youths that roamed and sacked the German countryside. On one, I remember this one. I always kind of hate this one, but it's such a good story. On one isolated farm, they gunned down 10 members of the Hamelman family. 9 of them died, but the father, Wilhelm, miraculously survived 4 bullet wounds. And I Googled this and read more about it. Anyway, as the time approached for Godlewski to complete his 20-year prison term, the state would not release him simply because he had nowhere to go. None of his family members offered shelter, and each place the state sought to place him refused to take him. Then the warden received a letter. Come here, guys. Hold up. Hey, hold up. Okay. So then the warden received a letter. It contained a simple request. I ask you to release Godlewski to my custody and care. Christ died for my sins and forgave me. Should I not then forgive this man? The letter was signed Wilhelm Hamelman, the same man that had his family gunned down. Lord Balfour once advised, the best thing to give to your enemy is forgiveness, to an opponent tolerance. If these are the best we can give to our enemies and opponents, how much more should we grant forgiveness and tolerance to those we love? And the quote at the bottom, forgiveness means giving up your right to punish another. Wow, that's a really heavy one. Egos really run rampant in our society these days. And it's what has torn a lot of families apart. And it just kills me, the stories that you read that families have been split politically and they have nothing to do with each other anymore. That's why I kind of stay out of politics. Too crazy and polarizing. Come here, Briar, come here. Come here, buddy. Briar. I gotta find Briar. He's off somewhere. Briar, come here. Here he comes. Come here, buddy. Come here. There you go. So, yeah. Forgiveness is tough. And I've said this, I think maybe in a previous reading, is one of the toughest things that for me has been to forgive myself over a lot of things from the past. And, I've also mentioned I'm an insurance guy. So I use my business side, but then I work in a recovery center for men with substance abuse. And we talk about forgiveness a lot. A lot of them have been also shut out by society, by their families, because they're good people that have just done bad things or got lost in bad crowds. And a lot of them just had no foundation of upbringing. One gentleman talked of how his family just always told him he was no good and never would be. And therefore, I think they predestined him to choose that path. And he still was having trouble when he left with that. So anyway, I have found that if I can forgive in my heart, it really does ease up a lot of my mind. And, we allow so much crap to take rent space in our minds. And I have found that it's so healthy. Hey, Dudley. It's so healthy if you can just learn some way to let that go, but a lot of times it's easier said than done. And again, you just got to put your ego aside, right, buddy? So I hope you enjoyed that devotion as much as and I'm going to keep working on that every single day. So may God bless you all, and as I continue my day, I'm just asking Him to help me follow His will.